Do you know what is the worst thing about stress that many people don't know about is that when it comes into your life, it doesn't just stay in one part. You will not find really useful content about stress on the internet. The motivational videos that exist on the internet are of two categories. The first category does not have a scientific and psychological view, and they tell us that it is okay, don't stress. And the second category is some motivational videos that say, don't stress. Focus and do your work to relieve stress. These two types of content only have an effect for a few minutes, and then they lose their effect. Now I want you to feel that you are sitting in a cafe with me, who is your best friend, and my best friend needs my help and I want to help him from the bottom of my heart. And I am sure that after watching this video, stress is no longer a threat to you and you will completely solve this problem. First, let me tell you that stress is a normal thing in today's world, and even those nuns who meditate to people who live in villages far from the city are involved in it to some extent. In a research, scientists went to an African tribe where the people of that tribe were thinking about hunting when they got up in the morning, to prepare food for themselves and to eat and sleep in the evening, and officially they had no worries or stress. They took some people from the tribe with them to the city and saw that those people had officially gone crazy. That is, their minds were not able to deal with the noise of the city, traffic, and crowding, and they could not concentrate at all. This shows the importance of this topic in today's world. All people experience stress in their lives, but in different formats. Even people like Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Ronaldo, and LeBron James experience and will experience stress. But the most important thing is to have a correct view of stress, and until our view is correct, we cannot cure stress even by reading dozens of books and watching hundreds of videos. Mrs. Kenny McConnell, who is a famous psychologist or speaker at Stanford University, says that we were looking at stress in the wrong way, which means that she understood that her and her colleagues' view of stress was wrong. This psychologist stated after massive studies in the field of stress and conducting many experiments that we initially thought that stress damages sleep, the health of the body, memory, and many other things. But after conducting many experiments, we found that stress damages the body when the person himself expects to receive those injuries. In a very important experiment, Mrs. McConnell conducted two groups of people who had a job interview. For the first group, before the job interview began, a 15-minute video was shown, which was about the properties of stress and explained to people that stress makes them stronger. The mind and reaction become faster, and it is a superpower for humans, and officially humans have better experience with stress and become smarter people. And the second group was shown a video that talked about stress like the video 15 minutes before, with the difference that it explained the harms of stress and its destructive effects on people. This video briefly said that stress is more than what we thought. It is worse and has very bad and destructive effects on humans and the future generation. And as you can guess, the first group performs much better than the second group in the interview. After the interview, almost all the people in the first group said that our minds were in the best state, we had good self-confidence, our energy was good, and overall it was one of the best interviews of our career. But when they talked to the second group generally stated that it was not a good experience, we were in a bad mood and we are unhappy with our performance. The research group made this experiment a deeper and more scientific layer, and the scientists took a test from the saliva of the first group at the same time. And then it was found that the body of the first group of hormones called DHEA secreted by studying the DHEA hormone. It was proven that DHEA is almost the opposite pole of stress, and DHEA has an effect on recovery and better body performance, and if stress harms sleep, DHEA helps sleep. DHEA makes the brain work better to some extent, and when a person looks at the problem from a non-scientific perspective, he realizes that stress is a dimension of energy, and if we don't master the energy dimension, it can be a destructive thing, but if we master this dimension, it can help us very well. I will give you an example. Imagine a big river behind a city. If there is a lot of rain and we don't control the water in the river, it can cause a lot of damage with the sudden amount of water entering the city and destroy the city. But if we build a dam in front of this river, it can fully meet the needs of the city and help the growth and prosperity of the city. You see, The volume or type of water did not matter, only the degree of our mastery over it changed, and we took it under our control. Stress is the same to some extent. Having stress to some extent indicates that we care about the issue. Stress regarding education, stress regarding a relationship, stress regarding work and earning money show that we care about these issues. Think if we didn't care. Definitely not a good result. So why should we consider stress as a negative experience? Not really caring is not what we want. To achieve success, you must care about yourself, your future, and your card. Tell yourself, if I am excited and stressed about something, it is because I care about that work and it is important for me to do it well. So I don't want that excitement and stress to disappear, but I want to control it and get its rules. Tell me, I don't want to be an ordinary person and just spend my time and life without caring about things. I care and I am stressed because I want to do things in a good way and in a very good way. For example, it doesn't matter if something didn't work. Something broke, it's okay, it doesn't matter again. No, the excitement is good and it's good that you care. You just have to have a control method and give it a good mood. It is good that you are really alive in this life and you care about your life. So please don't blame yourself, and without this, stress and excitement is a part of life and helps us to reach the most complete experience and truly live. So don't try to turn it off and don't think that it is your enemy, because it is not really your enemy. Now I will teach you how to deal with stress whenever you find yourself in a situation where you feel that the excitement is too much and it doesn't help you and makes you unable to think well. Look at the issue from the third person's point of view and another person's point of view. The important thing is that when you look at issues and problems from the third person's point of view, you really become much wiser and you can deal with problems very well. For example, you are going for a job interview to a company that has your dream job, and succeeding in the interview is very important to you. When you are stressed before, talk to yourself from the third person point of view and first be relaxed and see that feeling as excitement. Because when you see it as excitement, you will have a much better relationship with the subject, and you will have a better relationship with the other person, and the other person will have a better view of you. On the other hand, if you did not get that job or the interview went wrong, it still does not matter, and there are 1,000 other job positions in this big world, and know that God is great, and you will find good positions and maybe even better than before. Or if you have an exam and you are very stressed on the night of the exam, there are two situations. The first case is that you have studied well and you have an exam tomorrow. Tell yourself that I did what I could and I tried my best. I will leave the rest to fate and karma. And in the second case, if you didn't study, say that nothing can be done with stress. I should have studied during the academic year and at the same time as the classes, but I didn't do this. Tomorrow's exam is just an exam in a big part of my life, and no person has ever been successful or lost their life just because of this exam that I have tomorrow. So I try hard for the rest of my exams and my life. And finally, I will tell you the summary of the content. The first point: stress is not a negative thing and it shows that you care about something and try to look at it as excitement, and remember that to some extent it can play the role of a superpower for you and it causes the production of DHEA hormone, which officially it makes you better. And the second point: always have a second view of the person and personality of the winner when dealing with stress and try to look at many situations from that point of view and you will see that it is much easier to solve this issue. If you follow these two things, stress will disappear and excitement will take over, and it will help you a lot in your success. If you like this talk, you are probably like us, looking for success and becoming the best version of yourself. So please subscribe the channel and like the video and activate the notification. If you like, send the video to your friends so they can use it too. Thank you for your warm and loving look.